Afternoon, everyone. This is Jen Espinosa-Goswami coming to you live from my page over at Be Weightless. If this is your first time seeing this page, please click the like button and then click on get notifications. You can see these videos whenever I go live. So thank you for joining me today. I titled this live, and then what? Because I'm speaking to a very particular type of person who may be watching this video right now, who always wants to know what that next step is. Because I was one of those people. And I'm learning to let things go, and I'm learning to live in the moment. But here I'm going to share with you my personal story with, and then what? And also share with you an invitation for how you can not have to address this question anymore when it comes to your health. So if that's intriguing to you, make sure to tune in because I have really good stuff today. All right, so the question, and then what? If you've ever taken the StrengthsFinder test, which I have taken, one of my strengths is futuristic. Comment on this video if one of your strengths is futuristic, because I'm speaking specifically to those types of folks. I'll describe what futuristic is so that if you've never taken the StrengthsFinder, you can still get an idea of who it is I'm speaking to. The futuristic strength basically means that you're the type of person who always thinks a couple of steps ahead. So maybe currently you're in the stage of trying to track what you're eating. But before you've mastered that principle, you're already thinking about, oh, and then what do I do after that? And then what do I do after that? And how do I leverage this? So you're already, before you've even mastered or gotten even a good handle on what it is you're trying to do in this very moment, you're already thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead. Now, the particular benefit of this is you're always learning, growing, thinking ahead is a good thing, right? The downside of this is you're not focusing on the here and now and being mindful. And if you've ever seen or read any of my blogs or any of my videos, you know that being in the moment is very important to me. I have started a meditation practice which helps me be in the moment. That is one way in which I deal with that. But you're a person who's constantly like, what next, what next, what next? And maybe even in the course of a conversation with someone, they're going through a story and you already have seen the end of the story and you're impatient to hear them get to the end of the story because you think you already know what the end of the story is. So if that describes you, then you probably have futuristic in your strengths. What does this mean for you in terms of a health program? Let me break it down for you. One of the benefits of being futuristic with a health program is you don't stay stagnant, right? You don't get stuck in a rut. You're less likely to deal with plateaus, and you're more likely to try the next thing because you're already thinking about the next thing, right? It's just a matter of, have I gone far enough with what I'm already doing that I'm ready for the next thing? That's the biggest challenge with people who are doing this particular type of mindset or perspective. So you're already thinking ahead. That's great. You already know that you have to come up with another plan for the future, which is great. What is the downside of that? Like I said, you can't master something until you've mastered it and you've been present in the moment and you really understand what it is you're working on. Would you like to have a surgeon who is, as they're cutting into your skin, is already, masterminding how they're going to do their next surgery? Or would you rather have them focus on what they're doing on your body so that they do the best job that they can? It's basically the multitasker mind, right? If you're a futuristic person, you're probably juggling multiple balls at the same time. You probably have a million thoughts going through your head at the same time. And unless you have some other strengths that can allow you to prioritize appropriately, you may find yourself overwhelmed or wanting to search for yet a better solution because you can see that there may be challenges in the future. This is a mindset that I struggle with all the time. And let me share a story with you. So in my business, I'm a health coach, I'm a speaker. One of the things that is very hard for me as an entrepreneur in general, so if you're an entrepreneur, please say hi in the comments so I can see who's joining me live today. There is nothing certain in entrepreneurship. Yes, there's the myth of the consistent income, the consistent clients, the consistent traffic, all those sorts of things. But what they don't tell you is it takes a lot of practice, experience, pipeline, setting the foundations, maybe building a team before you get to that point. So what you learn as an entrepreneur, and I compare entrepreneurship to losing weight all the time because there are many parallels between those two focuses. And if you're curious to hear more about that, I'd be happy to share with you a different live on that particular topic. So comment if you want me to compare and contrast entrepreneurship and weight loss, because that's one that I'm very passionate about as well. But as an entrepreneur, you try a variety of things, right? Maybe you got advice from a friend. You got advice from someone you admire in the business. Or you even read a book or started a new program that taught you a new methodology of doing something. And you try it. And you measure your results and you see if they got you the results you're looking for. If they don't, but that's the thing. At the end of the day, one of the biggest challenges of being an entrepreneur is to be detached from your results. And if you're someone who's ever tried to lose weight, this is a very difficult challenge, because your result and what you expect to get out of any health program that you begin and put the work into is that you're going to lose weight, right? That's the whole purpose of starting the program, is that you're going to lose weight. And what if you don't? If you're already thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead, you might have a plan B or a plan C. You might not. You might rework the program in a slightly different way. You might not. But if you don't get the results you're looking for, you are definitely going to be frustrated. I mean, you don't even have to state that out loud, right? You know that if you're not getting the results you're looking for, whether it's in business, career, health, you're going to be frustrated, right? You put in the work, you did the time, you totally changed over your habits, and you're doing what you can, and nothing. What do you do then? Do you start over? Do you try it again, but in a slightly different way? Or do you go to plan B or plan C, plan D, plan E? There are plenty of plans out there, right? There's 26 letters of the alphabet. You can find a different plan. Here's where health coaching comes in. I mentioned that there was going to be a special invitation. When you work with a health coach, you don't have to worry about, and then what? Because the health coach's job, my job, is to only give you what you need when you need it. So for example, when I have an initial consultation with a prospect or someone who wants to work with me, we outline exactly what their milestones to success are. What is the benefit of that? One, that is the only thing they need to focus on, so their multitasking, futuristic mind will not go beyond those things, because that's the only thing we're going to check in on during the course of our coaching. 2, it makes it clear what the expectations for our further conversations are. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what you're going to check in on. That's how you can measure your progress. Pure and simple. Even if the scale is not budging. And yeah, there are some times when the scale won't budge. Your body goes through shifts. As you're changing your habits, it can take longer for certain habits than others to have a real impact in terms of the scale. And because I focus more on fat loss than I do on weight loss, you might not lose weight at all. You might gain weight because you're building muscle at the same time. So, those challenges are solved through this milestone creation process. And you know exactly what to focus on, and you're not distracted by what you're not doing. I hear it all the time. Someone will be like, oh, I'm starting this program. And then they ask their friends on Facebook or in an email or a conversation, what is it I need to know in order to do this program? And they get deluged with all sorts of information. Oh, you got to do this. You got to do this. Check out this resource. Check out that book. Check out this website. It's overwhelming. That's the benefit of working with a health coach. I filter through that stuff and only deliver to you what you need when you need it. You wouldn't go to a restaurant and order chicken cacciatore, would you? And then expect them to give you lasagna? No, you wanted chicken cacciatore. You wanted the particular experience that dish would provide to you, and that's what you're going to get. That's what you paid for. That's what the benefit of health coaching is, especially if you're someone who's always thinking ahead. You don't have to. I give you permission to not think ahead, because during the course of our call, we're not going to worry about what if, or if this doesn't work. We won't talk about plan B, C, D, E, F, G, because they don't exist. Not yet. If we need to address them, we will address them. One of the things that's really good with working with someone in a dedicated space where you have a relationship, they help you focus. They reflect back to you what's most important. They reflect back to you what you most need to know at the time you need to know it. And I told you I would share a personal story. I went to an event that was amazing called Heroic Public Speaking. And it was all about no longer speaking, but presenting. And there's a huge distinction between those two things. Speaking is one thing, and I've been doing a lot of speaking 2 to 3 times a month for various clients, whether it's organizations who pay me or networking groups who I'm trying to develop a relationship with. So I'm not new to the world of speaking. I am new to the world of performance. Now, there were certain promises that if you become more of a performer than a speaker, they will promise you, you follow this process, you follow these rules, you follow these guidelines, and you will get there. There is nothing guaranteed in life, friends. There is no certainty that even if I implement 100% of what I learned, and that would be a big challenge, is that I would be where those people were in the room. But there is a promise that I could not get where those people in the room are if I don't at least filter to what I most need to know for the situation I'm in right now. I don't need to hire a coach to tell me that. I already know that intuitively, and that's one thing that helped me when I started my weight loss journey. I started with where I was, and I modified as I went along. Now, personally, I'm not someone who necessarily needs someone to filter things for me, because that's a strength of mine. I can filter. I can determine what's the biggest priority right now. Let's go with that. And I run with it. I'm self-motivated enough where I can keep myself on track, but that doesn't mean that's your story. Maybe you're good at prioritizing, like you know what you need to do, but then you get stuck, right? Because you're doing it, nothing is happening. You're not getting the result you want. That's okay. That's why it's a benefit to work with a health coach, because they can tweak your process in such a way that you're not doing something entirely different, but you're doing it in a slightly different way to get that better result you were looking for. I am just about to sign off now because this is plenty of information for you to absorb right now. If you're a person who's always thinking 2 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead, this is beneficial to you, but it also could be impeding your results. Excuse me. I have a cold, so I apologize. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. And that's the benefit of working in a dedicated coaching relationship with someone, whether it's in regards to your health, your business. We don't know what we don't know. And if you've been working on this process a long time for yourself and not getting the results you're looking for, and feeling frustrated because you're doing everything right by the book, according to the plan or program you've been working, and maybe you've worked some programs in the past and you achieved success on them, and then you fell back into old habits. We work through that as well. At the end of the day, I'm not particularly sold on any particular dietary program. I work with vegetarians, celiacs, paleo. I work with a wide variety of people with different dietary needs. And my goal is to serve you no matter where you are today. The way I do that is by filtering it down to just what you need. I serve you as a health coach only the information that gets you the results you're looking for. So instead of having a wide smorgasbord of health initiatives that you can choose from, choice is actually not in our benefit. I filter it down to just that one wonderful dish that you ordered, whether it's chicken cacciatore or not. I serve you what you pay for, because that's what working with a coach helps you do. Do it according to you, according to what works for you, and we go through that process in our planning session. So I mentioned I would have a special invitation. I have 2 opportunities to work with me. So if anything I've said to this point makes sense, we need to connect on a phone call, because I would love to learn more about your story and where your struggles are. Here are the 2 invitations. I'm currently seeking private coaching clients. What that looks like, it's a 6-month relationship between you and I, where we focus on just what you need to know to get the results that you need and that have been eluding you into this point. I will support you with custom meal plans that are according to your specific dietary needs. There are no other health coaches that do it to this extent. I will actually customize it according to your budget, according to what your kids eat, according to what your husband refuses to eat. I mean, I will incorporate all of that into your custom meal plans and deliver it to you as a bonus of being a coaching client of mine. This is a huge service, folks. You can get these a la carte, but you don't get the health coaching that comes with it. What do we do in the health coaching sessions? We celebrate the progress you're making. We discuss the milestones that we designed for together. It's a collaborative process, folks, because I can't coach you if you can't put anything into the relationship. And then we examine whether that is getting you the results you need in the time we have together, because that's the most important thing to me. So that's what a relationship with me looks like. If you're even intrigued by this and you're like, well, I'm not sure, but I might need some holiday support. I might need someone to help get me through the New Year's resolution time period up into spring because I've got a really great trip coming up, or I've got a really fun event, and I want to look a different way than I look today. I encourage you to have a conversation with me. So normally I work with people 6 months or more if they have 30 or more pounds to lose, because that's what we focus on. Not just losing the weight through the traditional methods of how you eat and how you move, but also how you talk to yourself up here. That's a big portion of what's involved in coaching with me. But for those of you who are very good at sticking to a program, I also have this coaching offering in a 1-day, get it all done in 1 day VIP situation. And what this means is we do the same process of the 6-month coaching relationship, but we do not have regular phone calls to check on your progress. Yes, I'll do a midpoint call at the 30-day mark after we have our entire VIP day, where we do the same process. We design your custom milestones to get you to the success you're looking for. We will talk about your particular challenges and make sure that you have a roadmap for the next 90 days to get that result you're looking for. 90 days from now, October, November, December, we'll put you past New Year's resolutions, okay? So if that's something you need or you anticipate is going to be a time for you to really take the bull by the horns and get some results, then I encourage you to apply for a VIP day. So I mentioned 2 different invitations to work with me and why health coaching is important to help you get to that next level. That first invitation is Release, my 6-month health coaching program, where we have regular scheduled calls for accountability and to check in on your progress. And then the other offer is a 1-day Blitz VIP, where you get the strategic plan according to what you need. You get the custom meal plans, and you get a 30-day checkup. So after we meet, 30 days after that, I'll check in with you and double check that you're following the plan that we laid out for you. 2 very similar offers, different time periods, and different price points. So if you're interested in either one of these, let's just have a complimentary conversation. I'd love to sit and chat with you and figure out which one of these fits better into your schedule, into your life, into the goals that you have set for yourself, because now is a good time. Before those holidays come around, before you got to deal with candy, Halloween candy, before you have to deal with Turkey Day, before you have to deal with Christmas cookies, there's a lot of stress over the holiday. Would it reduce your stress a little bit if you had someone that you were regularly checking in, someone who's filtering out the crap that you don't need and only providing you the stuff you do need, who's serving you exactly what it is you need when it comes to your health goals? How helpful would that be to you? Thank you for joining me live today. This is Jen Espinosa-Goswami. Don't forget to schedule a call with me. Just comment below and say VIP or Release. 2 different offers. I'll contact you, I'll PM you, we'll figure out how to set up a phone call so we can talk about what that relationship might look like and what you get out of it, because that's what matters. I want you to get something out of this relationship. Every single client that I've worked with has lost weight, even if losing weight wasn't one of their goals. Yes, I have worked with people who didn't have a goal of losing weight, and it's super fun. There's lots of reasons why you'd work with a health coach, and some of that has to do with your daily habits. It may not be a health-related concern. So thank you so much for joining me live today. If this video has reached you at a good place and you're like, I want to share this with my friend, feel free to click share below this video, share it to your timeline, share it with your friends. I'd love for you to spread the word for me, because this is a very important work that I do and something I'm very passionate about. So thank you so much for sharing this video. And don't forget to schedule a call with me. I'd love to chat with you. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.